Hello, well, I'm absolutely going mad here because, pardon the pun, but I'm beginning to wonder why there is such a lack of available statistics on mental health in the UK. I've written to the CQC quite a few times asking how many sort of private mental hospitals and facilities there are in the UK, and they've just sent me back sort of like a search availability where you can search for facilities in your region, but there are no overarching statistics readily available. And I think that's a bit of a shame, and that it's quite hard to sort of put things in perspective and get a proper handle on things when people are being so secretive, or maybe just disorganised about the statistics. You know, I want to know how many people in the UK have been diagnosed with schizophrenia, for example, taking schizophrenia as the one of the main points of interest, because I think that if we knew how many people there were, that would change our perspective, because it is such a serious illness. I know that they tell us that it's 1 in every 100, but I just think it would make such a difference if they were to say, instead of 1 in 100, well, it's actually so many 100,000. That would make a real difference to how we perceive the situation. I looked on the Mind website for statistics as being one of the first things that was offered through the Google search when I typed in mental health statistics. And there is a sheet on there, but it's from 2007. So someone hasn't been updating all these things recently. And, you know, I think it's a real shame, and it really earmarks the mental health area as, again, a Cinderella kind of area. If people aren't bothering to collect the data about it, and no one's being paid to kind of put together any data about it at all. And it does open a bit of an area of concern to me, and you know, I can imagine other people being worried about this as well, and feeling as though there's a bit of a lack in care because there's a lack of statistics. I did find a chart that I've included on my website that deals with America, not the UK, but it's a chart of disease prevalence. I mean, it talks about disease. I know that that's probably not the right way of talking about these things, but it talks about disease prevalence in America, and it gives figures from 1999. That's the most recent. Obviously that website hasn't been updated either, but just to give an example, in 1999, according to that, the prevalence of illness in the United States, there were more people with schizophrenia than with breast cancer and lung cancer combined. So, you know, I think, you know, if we had a proper a proper chart of facts and figures about such things, we would be able to start dealing with them and kind of forming sentences and constructs and ideas around, you know, the various levels of prevalence of all these diseases. And by the way, you know, on this chart from 1999, what absolutely overshadowed it all and seemed overwhelming was the large figure of people with depression, which absolutely put everything else into a minority. I mean, there were so many people with depression compared to any of these other illnesses. So that's just all I wanted to say for today. And you know, I really hope that something gets done about this soon, because I feel as though it's important.